Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the film Anora, directed by Sean Baker. So one of the comments on the poster for this film is that it makes Pretty Woman look like a Disney film. The premise is similar. A very rich man picks up a sex worker and he pays her to spend a lot of time with him, and they end up getting married in Las Vegas. There is a fairy tale element to the film, but this is anything but a fairy tale. I've enjoyed Sean Baker's previous films. I really loved Florida Project, and I've very much enjoyed Tangerine and Red Rocket. I like how his films are about people at the edge of society, raw, authentic, people struggling, but there's always compassion, and there's always people finding connection in these difficult situations. And there's always sunsets. His films are often set in not so glamorous places, yet there's often sunsets which bring a sense of beauty that can pop up anywhere. Anora is about the relationship between a sex worker, Anora, or Annie as she likes to be called, and a very rich client, Ivan. It's about class, it's about power, it's about connections as transactions. Annie does seem like a really nice person, easy to talk to, obliging and decent to the clients. But the intimacy that she seems to have in her life is all transactional. Is it convincing that she would believe that Ivan really wanted to marry her after 1 week? I wasn't 100% convinced. I would imagine that someone operating in that world would naturally be suspicious of men's motives when they start suggesting that it's more than just a transaction for sexual services. But on the whole, I did think it was believable. It's not really clear that Annie knows any different. She wants to believe that this is the fairy tale, and the money does make him a catch. Right from the start, I think we're supposed to feel uncomfortable about Ivan. It seems like they're having a great time, but he just seems so childish. The story is engaging and it's also very funny. The family have many people on the payroll and they use some of them to try and get the marriage annulled. This proves to be anything but straightforward, and this is used to produce many humorous situations. It was quite funny. I did wonder if these complexities just lasted a little bit too long. The film is 2 hours 20 minutes and I think it could probably be cut down a little bit. That said, I was thoroughly entertained, thoroughly engaged through the whole film. The lead actor playing Annie, Mikey Madison, is fantastic. She gives us the right mix of toughness and vulnerability, although there's no doubt that his wealth is important in her agreeing to marry him. She does seem authentic. She doesn't seem like a gold digger or that she's trying to manipulate the situation. But as I said earlier, she only exists in this transactional world where someone pays you to be intimate with them. I think the layers of this, the nuances, they work really well. I said earlier that in Baker's films, there's often connection between people with problems. There's not much real connection though in this film. But there is a kind of connection between one of the henchmen, Igor, and Annie. Igor is clearly a decent guy, but he's paid, another transaction, to be the muscle. They have a tetchy relationship with plenty of friction. However, we often get the sense that Igor feels compassion for her. The final scene I did find actually really sad. They still have a kind of love-hate relationship, but there's a sense that there is an intimacy in their kind of bickering, a bond of sorts. Their engagement with this family is purely transactional for both of them, and they kind of bond over this. What she does then seems really shocking and unexpected, but the more I thought about it afterwards, the more it felt like this is the only way she knows how to react. And because there was a gift involved, it was a transaction of sorts. It's a really sad end because power was used to totally exploit Annie and she's left traumatized really. Overall, I highly recommend this film. It's entertaining, it's funny, and as with many of Baker's films, it has moments of compassion towards some of the characters that have problems. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.